Hey guys, this is G-Rat and Cage here with Trash Talk Gamers, and got a little something fun for you today. We're going to be taking you out of the map of the Giant. We're obviously here, you can see us, we're in theater mode, just kind of flying around. We'll take you to a nice little spot here that we found just by trying to look for various things in here, where you can kind of pop yourself out of the map and fly around and, see some interesting stuff. So, as you can see here, you're kind of in that little nade room off to Generator B's side. So, Cage here is going to fly you in. It's here in this little room off the side of Generator B. Otherwise there's just a grenade in there. Pop up here in the ceiling. Kind of work your way around a little bit. A little up, a little right, a little left. And... voila. And we're out. Okay. It's always fun doing that when you're basically blinded, but as you can see, we are now out of the Giant and out in the landscape. So we're going to go take a look. Right now we'll take a look over here at the Giant of the Giant. As you can see, he is the Giant, as everybody kind of expected. You got the head, you got the chains that kind of always look suspicious but don't seem to do anything. You got the body sitting here. Cage is going to drop us down here into the snow a little bit. People have been wondering if there's anything there. Yeah, you don't see any legs of the Giant there or anything. You do see the legs of the crane, but not the Giant itself. Now, I should remind you guys that we are, since this is theater mode, it is playing with the constraints of theater mode. We can't go past certain parts. We can't go above a certain level. We can't go below a certain level. And we do have dimensions, on X, Y, and Z axis, basically, that we can hit, and we're going to hit limitations on them. So, we shot the, here's the fly trap getting close, just like you've probably seen in older Doris videos. You can see Cage over here shot it already. You kind of saw the green coming up. We'll get you a nice close look at what we got here. In case you're wondering what you shoot, it's this panel right here, the same panel as what's on the platform. But as you can see, you got a teddy bear, you got the Bowie knife, you got, we've looked at it closely, it's a frag grenade, you got a couple perks, you got, one perk here, and I think this is Mule Kick, yeah, Mule. You got another teddy, and you got a RK, and there you got Jugs. So, that's what you got kind of floating up here around it. This is the fly trap, this is the beginning of the fly trap Easter egg. We'll go ahead and play it up here just for a second so you kind of see them come up and around and spinning. And they're gone. Go. There we go. And they're gone. So, interesting just kind of seeing it here. You still have some crap littered around the ground there, like another Bowie knife, some other stuff. But we'll continue our tour around here, just kind of showing you stuff. Here's above the teleporter room A, the little side room over there. Cage will take us kind of behind some of these buildings a little bit. As you can see into the teleporter room kind of through the textures of the walls there. Not a whole lot going on with some of these rooms. We've tried various things, trying to go through rooms, trying to get into the back of rooms. There's a few we've been able to get into, a few of the hallways behind barriers. As you can see here, this is the other side room to that generator where the zombies come out of the window. You can kind of get a little profile. We've found ourselves getting stuck quite frequently trying to explore some of these rooms where you get in and then you can't pop back out. And if that happens to you, you just gotta cycle through your cameras. It'll reset, to another player's camera angle, and then you can go back into free camera. Here's the teddy bear that casts the shadow, same thing as what we had in the original Doris. We're going to go ahead and try and bring you guys around into like the courtyard here, the big open courtyard. And as you can see, kind of coming through some of these back alleys to get through it. But we've done a pretty thorough search of stuff in here. Haven't been able to find anything, but it is interesting to kind of take a peek, take a gander of stuff that we otherwise wouldn't be able to see. Otherwise, we'd just be chucking grenades randomly out into the courtyard trying to see if anything works. We'll go ahead and show you the hanging man here. Again, same as the original Doris. You got the little legs dangling there. We do have some wall writing here just to his left, which is difficult to read, but it obviously says power there. And then what we see when we go left and through here, you do see Trinity but otherwise it's kind of a muffed up patchwork of letters. It is what it is. There's a lot of stuff to kind of look at, to take in. Believe me, we've tried to kind of go through a lot of these walls. When we go below the map here, it's kind of interesting because you can see just how much is in here and how low things are. You can see that there's the train that's in the teleporter room C. You know, we've tried to get in this to take a better look. Haven't had a great chance of really doing so, but it's kind of the same. Here's underneath the stairs that used to house one of the radios in the original Doris. Again, you can see that there's not a lot there. There is the drop-off, which does drop down into a pit. It doesn't seem to have anything really in it, though. You know, so it's kind of a unfortunate lack of finding there. As you can see here, though, this is, again, the plane, which if you haven't seen one of our other videos, we'll throw a link on there for it, but there's a plane in the original, from Mob of the Dead. Looks just like it. We found it here first at the Giant, and then subsequently we eventually saw it after completing the Pack-a-Punch in the sky. Right when you complete the Pack-a-Punch in Shadows of Evil, you see it in the sky flying by. So it's now been in 3 maps, this glider/plane. Kind of interesting, but again, as much as we would like to, as much as we've tried to get in up higher to kind of see more of it, we just haven't been able to. We're still limited by the constraints here. So, kind of moving on underneath here, you can see that now we're in this next section, and this section actually might have something interesting. Somebody will have to let us know. We found this. Somebody will have to let us know if this is something that maybe has been a texture that they've used and recycled in other aspects of the game, perhaps other Zombies maps that I'm just not remembering, but I don't recall seeing that particular texture, which looks like some kind of code, but it does look like a graffiti, because it looks like a bunch of other crap written around it, but it does look like something kind of interesting, something maybe worth checking out. If anybody has any ideas, be sure to comment on that. Otherwise, coming up here, there's not a whole lot to this room. This half of the courtyard, if you will. Obviously, you're gonna have where the stuff spawns at for the fly trap Easter egg. And if you come through that door, we'll pop back out through that door again. Go ahead and pop back out. This door right here, you go through this one, and bloop, and now you're in the little side room right here. And as you can see, you kind of can walk around this room a little bit. Not a whole lot to it. Once again, it's kind of another room that it's always interesting just to see the corners from where the zombies kind of poke their heads out and where they come from. There's no use in trying to come through those windows specifically. They're barriers. You're not going to get through them. So the only way to get out of this is heading back out that door. Unfortunately, the only way to head out of this particular part of the courtroom, or courtyard, excuse me, is to cycle back through the cameras, because otherwise you'd be stuck here. So we're going to cycle back to a free camera, and boom, we're flying around again, flying around again. We'll take you back up through here, so if you missed the first time, we'll take you back up through. As you can see here, coming up, working yourself around, working it around, and we're out again. Pretty easy, not a lot to it, you know, as you can tell. So, a couple of things that are interesting about this is that we got, we're just popular people is all. So we got this on the roof, which I gotta be honest, other than in theater mode, and maybe not even the standard theater mode, I'm not sure how anybody would have seen this, but it says help spelled out in sandbags and wood planks on the roof of what you would call, I guess that's generator B's or teleporter B's kind of building, but it does say help on the roof written in sandbags and pieces of wood. Kind of interesting. I'll be honest, I had never noticed it. I had never seen it before, didn't know it was there. Not sure really if that's new or not, because I don't remember ever kind of seeing that previously, but kind of hard to see otherwise. As you can see here, there's like the hidden perk machine there. We got crappy Deadshot daiquiris. Alright guys, so we got one more thing that's just kind of interesting to show you. As you can see, there was the giant. We'll kind of give you a little direction of where this is. We're going to take you to the furnace room, and what's kind of where you hear the little girl crying, we thought, well, maybe if we can get into the room next to the furnace room, we might be able to see it. You can see very clearly the help is really, really clear there, because that's where the blood is on there. We also, you can tell that this is the furnace room, that's the furnace. We have not been able to get into this room through coming up underneath the walls or trying to come, or underneath the floor, or coming through seams in the textures. Can't get into the side room next to it either. For whatever reason, it's just locked down. It's like it's a solid boxed room. We haven't been able to get in there. We're not cheating on it or anything like that. This isn't no clipping where we're cutting through all the walls. This is just what's already in the game. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys want to explore this, obviously feel free to. This is one way. Where we have other ways to get in and out of this stuff that's still in theater mode, but we don't want to give everything away, because if Treyarch ends up patching it where you can't do this, and we want to keep our secrets. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, leave comments. If you guys go through this and you find anything yourselves, let us know. We love hearing it. There's only so much of flying around and bumping your face into walls that we can do before we kind of say, all right, we're going to move on. So be sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate it, guys. Everyone's important. And good hunting. Later.